Hello, this is Reef Druid, and this is log 1 of the new tank build, 55 gallons. So far, the equipment we've got on here, 2 high doors, one 240 gallon and one 850 gallon. So far in reef rock, we've got real reef rock, about 30 pounds. So we do need to get some more, but it's in the works. Let's go down into the sump for the equipment overview down there. So I went with an Aqueon ProFlex Model 1. Notes on this: the chamber for the refugium section, which I am planning on setting up later, it's in the works. I do plan on setting it up with a miracle mud method, but this section is kind of small. I really wish I had gone up and upgraded to the ProFlex 2. But that may be something I do at a later time. I may also take and use this as just a sump and then plumb in a second sump as a refugium setup alone. Maybe you can put it in mangroves. But it's a there's 2 filter socks in there, traps most of the stuff. We have a temporary heater. It's an old one off an old tank. It's 200 watts. It does the job. Eventually, I do plan on upgrading to a PCT model, specifically the what's it called? The Cobalt Neotherm. I did originally go with the I believe it's a Fluval E-heater. It's electronically controlled LCD display, which you can see in green. It doesn't really show up on this camera, but that burnt out in like 3 days. Not to mention, it is not PCT. It is a glass heater. It's not what I would call fantastic. It's something I want to replace, even though it was an expensive heater. For the return pump, I don't know if you guys can see that. There. For the return pump, we've got the Aqueon Quiet Flow. That's the 1600, I think. And that comes up and tees off. Over here, it goes through a ball valve and into two little fishies, GFO reactors, one running GFO, the other one running carbon. There's 2 ball valves on them. To regulate flow, I found they haven't been enough, so that's why the ball valve over here. That runs back up and over to a UV sterilizer in here. The UV sterilizer continues on and back into the filter sock. The filter sock actually traps a lot of the stuff coming off the GFO and carbon, any of the fine particulate that happens to grind off as a result of tumbling. The sterilizer is not running currently. I only use that when we put new fish in the tank, or whenever we have, or when in the future we do have an algal outbreak, to kind of put that off. As for the protein skimmer, we have a Core Life protein skimmer. It's their super skimmer. I believe it's their old model, which uses, I think, a Rio pump. The new ones use Aqueons, which I've heard are a better pump, which are much quieter, because it does make a little bit of noise. Even through the cabinet, it is visible, or, well, not visible, but audible. The skim it takes off is okay. It isn't the best skimmer in the world, but it isn't the worst. You kind of get this tea kind of stuff, and it is very, very, very sensitive to changes in water height. So, I mean, over here you can see the outlet here. It works best when the outlet is actually way up toward the top, and since I don't yet have an auto top off, it is twitchy, and the gate valve you see there, also very, very twitchy. But off of the return pump, we feed all our reactors, our filtration system, and of course the hang on the back skimmer is separate. But that continues up behind that to a ball valve that comes up through the tank and out a set of elbowed return jets here. We got the high door Evolution, I believe it's their Pico series, 240 power head, as well as the high door Evolution Corellia series 850. Just got that today. It's a little big, because if you pull back on it, and you can see it's a little bit intrusive, but not bad. As for inhabitants, we have our clown. I can't remember whether it's a true Percula or a false Percula, also known as an Ocellaris. But I'll have to find out the genealogy on that and figure out, because I do intend on getting him a mate. We have several. Oops. Let's see if I can find that light there. Where is that coming from? There it is. We do have several snails living in the rock, along with, they've all scampered off now, several blue legs as well as red-legged hermits. We have an E-hops overflow box. I've modified that with a Stockman standpipe as to reduce noise. The test kits we are currently using are the API, Master Reef, and API saltwater test kits. I've also installed a Shockbuster GFCI for insurance, as well as a surge protector, an actual surge protector. It's made for PCs and not the additional plug one, which is acceptable. It's just not nearly as safe. So that's the setup so far. The tank is completely cycled. I do have some hangers for lights up here, which I intend to get in a couple of weeks. It's completely cycled. We're all set. Everything's running beautifully. So as soon as we get everybody set up and done, most everything on the tank is done. So as soon as we get the lights, we'll start adding the rest of the inhabitants. Signing off for now, this is Reef Druid, and we'll see you next time.